Welcome to the online classes on behalf of Department of English, Govt Postgraduate College, Attock. These online classes have been started on the instructions of Punjab Higher Education Department in the backdrop of COVID-19. The purpose of these classes is to enable the students to make their preparation for their final exams that would be conducted by University of the Punjab. With the help of these classes, students are supported in continuing their preparation and covering their syllabus that has been recommended by University of the Punjab. This would save the precious time of the students. By following these lectures, you would be able to prepare yourself for the exams. You're advised to pay full attention to these classes and attend these classes regularly and listen to all the material and read the material that is provided here because it is meant for your preparation for the final exams. I am Abdul Qayyum, Assistant Professor of English. Today we would discuss the correction of sentences. As already stated in the introduction to the marks distribution and the paper of the patron, that there is a question of making incorrect sentences correct, and that question carries 10 marks, in which 10 sentences are given and you are required to correct only 5 sentences out of 10. This topic would not only help you in attempting that question, but this would also help you in improving your English in general, because error-free English or writing mistakes-free English is expected of the graduate student. So these lectures would help you in removing and in minimizing the mistakes when you are writing English. So we will continue with the rules of correction. As you know that this is very much important topic from the context of the preparation for the final exams, and these are the marks that can be easily achieved if you pay full attention to the rules that help us in correcting the sentences. So in the previous lectures we had discussed the 5 rules. Today we would begin with the next rule, that is rule number 6, and at this time we are continuing with the rules of correction related to noun. So the mistakes that are committed with reference to the noun. So these lectures are concentrating on those rules. A singular verb is placed after singular noun. For example, noun plus preposition plus same noun is given. So this is a situation that if there is a noun and after that noun there is a preposition, and after that preposition again that noun is repeated, so such construction is followed by singular verb. For example, I say that a man after a man. So you see that there is man, a man, then there is preposition after, and after that again there is a man after a man. So this construction is that the noun, then preposition, then again pronoun. So if we find this sort of the structure, so what is done, that we use singular verb in such conditions. We can move to the example. A student after a student are interested. So we can see that there is a student, that is noun, then there is preposition, that is after, and again a student. The same noun is repeated, a student after a student. So noun plus preposition plus the same noun, again a student is there, are interested. So here we see that this structure is followed by are, that is the plural verb, but we have already studied the rule that such construction is followed by singular verb. So we can see it here that this sentence is incorrect because there is no agreement of subject and verb. Why? Because a student after a student is the noun plus preposition plus the same noun. So this structure would not be followed by plural verb, that is are. So a student after a student are interested. This is an incorrect sentence. So the correct sentence is a student after a student is interested. In this way, we can see that noun plus preposition plus noun, that structure is followed by the singular verb, that is, and in this way we can correct this sentence. The correct sentence is a student after a student is interested. This is the correct sentence. So the same examples are continued of the previous rule. Here we can see that a book after a book are published. So there is noun, then preposition, then again the same noun, that is a book, are published. Here we see that the plural uh, verb is used, and in such constructions, plural verb is not used. Instead, singular verb is required to be used in such constructions. So if we place a plural verb, and as we see in the case of are, here these sentences would be grammatically incorrect. Why? Because noun plus preposition plus the same noun, this construction does not allow to use plural verbs after them. So using or putting plural verbs after them is the incorrect way of the expression being used in English. So the correct expression is a book after a book is published. Here we see that are has been replaced by is. Why? Because are is the plural verb and is the singular verb, and in such constructions we are grammatically allowed to use the singular verbs instead of uh, referring or using the plural verb. So a book after a book are published is the incorrect sentence. A book after a book is published is the correct sentence. So this is what we need to understand by using these rules. The similar examples, a drop after a drop ooze out. So the verb is here ooze, and it has been used as the first form of the verb without adding s, whereas we see that a drop is the singular noun, and the third person singular noun always takes s or es with the first form of the verb. And the structure, noun plus preposition plus the same noun. Here in this case, a drop is the noun, after is preposition, a drop again is the same noun. So in this case, we would use the singular verb. So ooze is not appropriate here because it stands for the plural nouns, whereas we would use and we would treat this drop after drop as third person singular noun, so we would add s with the first form of the verb. So the correct sentence is a drop after a drop oozes out. So oozes has replaced ooze. Why? Because this structure of the sentence is asking for the singular verb, that we would treat it as a singular verb. That is why we have used oozes instead of ooze. So a drop after a drop ooze out is the incorrect sentence, and a drop after a drop oozes out is the correct sentence. This is what we need to understand in this structure. You have already studied this rule that a noun plus preposition plus the same noun, this construction always takes the singular verb. So in this case, we have seen in these examples that the plural verb is replaced with the singular verbs. And now we come to the rule number 7 related to the correction of sentences. And here we are on the mistakes that are committed in the use of the noun. So these lectures are going on the mistakes that take place related to the use of nouns in the sentences. So we should start the rule number 7. To show space, room is used instead of place. Here you find room in single inverted comma, and room here means the availability of the space. If we want to show that some space is available in the room, in the class, on the bus, wheresoever it is, so for showing the availability of the space, the expression used is room, not the place. Place in this context is the wrong use. We need the room to show the for the availability of the space. Let us move to the examples in this regard that are given. The first sentence is, there is no place in the bus. You find the place highlighted in the red color. As we have stated and discussed in the rule, that to show the availability of the space, we do not use the word place. That is the incorrect use. Rather, the correct expression is the use of the room. So to show the availability of the space, we would say there is no room in the bus. It means that there is no availability of the seats, or no availability of the space for further passengers. For no more passengers can be accommodated there due to the unavailability of the space. So there is no place in the bus is the incorrect sentence. The correct sentence is, there is no room in the bus. Continuing with the further examples, in the same rule, the next sentence is, there is no place in the class. The class is there and it has been filled up to the maximum capacity. No further students or persons can be accommodated there. That is why that the word place has been used. But we have already stated that place is the incorrect use for showing the availability of the space. So that is why place is highlighted in the red color. and already stated that there is no room in the class. So room has replaced the place. There is no place in the classroom is the incorrect expression, whereas there is no room in the class is the correct expression. So the simple rule is that for the availability of the space, the expression place is the incorrect use, whereas to show the availability of the space, the correct expression is the room. Similarly, in the next example, we have no place in the hostel. Actually, what is conveyed through this expression is that the hostel has been filled to the maximum capacity. There is no availability of the space for further people in that one. So that is why we can use that the place is the incorrect usage. So that is replaced by room. So the correct expression is we have no room in the hostel. So that is the correct usage of the noun. So from today's lecture we have concluded, we have learned two rules of correction. The first rule was about the noun plus preposition plus noun expression. In that case, we have learned that the singular verb is used instead of the plural verb. Here in the second rule, we have simply learned that for the availability of the space, the correct expression is room, whereas the place is the incorrect expression. So place is replaced by room. I think that I have made this clear, but still if you face some difficulties in understanding any concept or any rule, you can freely drop your question in the WhatsApp group that is there to address your queries. Thank you very much for joining today.